Okay, so this one we want to find solutions on our interval 0 to 2 pi. Notice that it's when x is greater than 0, not greater than or equal to 0. So we're not going to include 0 as an answer ever. Number 10, we can factor this just like the quadratic, 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. So I'm kind of just pretending like sine is an x. And then I get that our factors are 2x plus 1 and then x plus 1. Because I was pretending that x was a sine of x, I'm going to trade that back in now. All right, and then I can go ahead and set both of those factors equal to 0. So on the left side here, I get sine of x is equal to a negative 1/2. And on the right side, I get that sine of x is equal to a negative 1. Sine of x is my y value, so I get my first spot on my unit circle is 7 pi over 6, and then the second spot is 11 pi over 6. When sine of x is equal to a negative 1, that is at 3 pi over 2. So all of my answers are 7 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6, and then 3 pi over 2, and you would want to make sure that you write all of those. All right, number 11, I'm going to start this out as cosine of 3x is equal to a positive 1. Now, I am looking for spots where cosine, so we're kind of ignoring that 3x for right now, but where cosine is equal to a positive 1. This happens at 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, etc. So I'm just going to put a dot, dot, dot there. Now, to kind of, a little trick here is that we know that cosine of 0 is equal to 1. So I'm going to set 0 equal to 3x. I am also going to set 2 pi equal to 3x. 4 pi equal to 3x, and 6 pi equal to 3x, and then solve for x. So I have 0 is equal to x. We are not going to include that one though, because that doesn't fit in our domain, because we said that x has to be greater than 0, not equal to 0. I get 2 pi over 3 equals x. I get 4 pi over 3 equals x, and then I get 6 pi over 3, which equals 2 pi, equals x. So the reason why we want to keep going, and we're not just including necessarily spots that are inside that range of 0 to 2 pi, is not because we're not listening to our domain, but it's because we want x values that fit in between 0 and 2 pi. So an x value are these: 2 pi over 3, that's between 0 and 2 pi. 4 pi over 3, that's between 0 and 2 pi. And then 2 pi is between 0 and 2 pi.